Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3, LGD, facing off against Dare. Well, if this is a meal, I really hope that's the appetizer, but I'm not sure how it could be because that felt like a main course and dessert on top of it. I am LD, joining me is Luminous, and we're bringing you Beyond the Summits World Tour. East versus West action. Dare looking to bring things back into balance. The East looking to extend their lead, and in the hands of LGD, their fate rests. Lumi, my friend, how could this game possibly top the last one?
Well, since you're on the topic of meals, you should give a travel to Beijing sometimes because they eat 4 meals a day. After dinner, they have a full course of fruits. It's very healthy, but if that was our main meal, man, we have something more delicious coming on and something very healthy as well. Naga's not going to be in this game. It's going to be Chaos Knight, and LG's picking that one up. Now, back in 1 year ago, I want to say, back in Dota 1 land, Chinese were Chaos Knight emerged from the depth of hell, and got picked up quite a bit. So let's see if Chaos Knight is going to be employed to as much success as they had back then. Chaos Knight is actually not winning that many games lately, so can't really say for sure.
Well, he was a hero before he was released. A lot of people expected him to just completely blow the metagame open, similar to Panda, and well, frankly, as each hero comes out, it seems that's the new Imba hero. We've heard it with Templar Assassin, rumors of that. Naga as well, team showing some respect towards those. This series, we haven't seen any Templar, but when you go for Chaos Knight, they're going to respond with some very aggressive heroes of their own. Broodmother as well as Sand King. Good lockdown to start, good push power as well. And I gotta say, I like the Sand King pick here protecting that Brood. I would not be surprised at all if LGD looked to pick up a Sand King otherwise. Still, there are options for them. Tidehunter can lane pretty effectively against her. The other way to play against the Brood is to just gank her early on. Try and shut her down with some Sentry Wards. We've even seen Zenith be creative, use a Gyrocopter to deal with it. I don't think we'll see that out of LGD, but there are plenty of options available. The one thing Brood always gives you is a lot of pressure, and wow, look at LGD. Triple semi-carry for them, Lumi. These are some signature heroes for the team.
I'm very surprised that LGD is this committed, and also they have left the window completely open. I was expecting a Shadow Demon pick somewhere in the second and third slot. Not only does it protect your own Chaos Knight as he's diving very recklessly, it's a good late game answer against Broodmother. The Purge, slowing her down, removing the ultimate, and of course doing a lot of damage to boot. Soul Catch is always a great way, but no, they're going to leave it completely in open. Instead, they're going to pick up a Queen of Pain and an Invoker. LG have shown their hand completely. We want to just go for 3 semi-carries. We want to exert pressure all over the map and try to win in 35 minutes or so. I think the draft going right now is very much so in the favor of their lineup is a little bit more resilient, especially a lot more annoying to deal with. I mean, this is if you remember Game 1's Windrunner's or G's Windrunner, the way that he played it. Pushing one lane and then his teammates pushing another. I think we're gonna see more of that. Broodmother in one lane, Windrunner pushing another. And if you're LGD who normally likes to travel like in a pack of 4 or 5, you're gonna pull your hairs out trying to defend 3 towers at once.
Well, I'm glad I'm not them because I don't really have much hair left as it is. Well, if we look
That's an issue. That's an issue.
If we look towards Dare, well, who's gonna be that third carry or that third hero that looks to push out that third lane? I mean, we've seen them, they haven't really gone for the super hard carry. Kunkka, Shadow Demon, well, Shadow Demon is banned out, but Kunkka is an option. Still, I feel unless he has that strong start as a laner, he's not nearly the same hero. I mean, to me, Kunkka, you need to have a good laning stage. You need to get off to a good start. There are other heroes you can look to combo with him. Crystal Maiden's not a bad setup. Venomancer, okay as well, but nothing quite as potent as that Shadow Demon with the Soul Catcher Disruption. And against a hero like Queen of Pain, you really need it. So for me, I feel like Dare's draft, and I like the way you analyzed it. It's just very open-ended right now. They could go for a lot of things. They have some push, they have some late game, they have a bit of team fight as well. Whereas for LGD, they've already played their hand. Now all that's left is to complete the lineup. Look towards a support, a good laning hero to pair with the Chaos Knight, and then something, maybe a jungler, I guess, although there's only really Enchantress left, or more likely just a secondary defensive support, something like an Earthshaker.
Yeah, I mean, there's a load of support you could run. Again, I mentioned Twin Head Dragon kind of jokingly early on. You could always see something odd, and then different support brings a lot of different stuff to the table. Witch Doctor perhaps would be an interesting factor to think about. But for now, you were asking what is the third semi carry for the Dare squad. I mean, it could be the Sand King.
You're right.
We saw Artstyle play it perfectly last game. Now, that also means you're dedicating a farming lane to him. But he's going to do quite a bit. Disruptor, so you're going to go for a little bit more AoE team fight. Disruptor also, in his own right, a fairly decent pusher. I've seen it too often that it's like, oh, look, Disruptor pushing my lane. Let's TP and defend. And then you get freaking sent back to wherever he came from. So he does a little bit, sneaky tricks. And now we're going to see the Shaker as the last pickup against a Bane Elemental.
So how are they going to lane this? That's what I'm curious about now for LGD. I expect maybe they'll run an offensive tri-lane, and then you'll have the Invoker and Queen of Pain soloing. Could be a defensive one as well. But I think that's my initial guess here, is a tri-lane and then 2 solos. That's what it looks like they have. For Darer, they go for a CIS staple, really, and the Bane Elemental. Great lockdown. 2 disables, arguably 3 here, and a lot of burst damage for him. Can be very scary to play against when you're Queen of Pain and Invoker. Even the Earthshaker, the Disruptor, these heroes can be burst down. And I mean, not to mention the Chaos Knight. If he ever jumps in, you just sleep him and then back off. Yep. I like this pick quite a bit against LGD's lineup.
I mean, Nightmare is such a strong ganking and counter-ganking tool. We've been seeing Naga and what she could do with the sleep. Well, imagine her sleep, but a slightly weaker version, a single-target version of Nightmare. Holds a single hero down for 7 seconds, and that's just enough time for your teammate to slowly waltz in and set up whatever stun, whether it's going to be an ultimate from the Sand King, whether it's going to be Shackle Shot. It's all there, but unfortunately, you could always cancel it, so that's something that you should look towards to. A teammate could take off the Nightmare and put it onto themselves. It is going to be Enchantress on the last pick. I like that pickup because I feel like all of these heroes so far, aside from the Enchantress, need so much EXP. So sending one into the jungle is going to give them more EXP overall. And that's exactly what the Doctor ordered. Okay,
so they have a jungle Enchantress. Then they have, looks to be a solo Windrunner, a solo Broodmother, probably Broodmother bottom. Although it is G.
It might be mid.
He might be mid.
It might be mid.
We saw it earlier today. It worked out pretty well, I gotta say. In fact, it worked out beautifully. Although I don't think it was only the Brood in that game. But either way, I mean, it's hard to say. Brood or Windrunner likely to be soloing mid/bottom. Who goes where? That's up for debate. It could also be an offensive tri-lane. That's another option for them. Bane, Sand King, and Enchantress, very potent. And if you look towards LGD, Lumi, they're really not that strong in the very early levels. I mean, you've got Queen of Pain. She needs levels to be effective. Same for Invoker. Disruptor as well. I mean, he's decent early on. The only heroes that are really powerful from the word go is going to be the Earthshaker, and I suppose to a lesser degree the Chaos Knight. So this team on LGD side, they need some levels. Whereas for Dare, I feel like almost off the bat, they can start doing work with this Enchantress. Let's introduce the players. In Light, the stand-in, looks like it will be a support Bane, already pulling regen towards the Broodmother, buys an early stout shield, so she'll have a pretty good time with that in the bottom lane. Mag looks to be going mid on the Windrunner, saving 100 gold towards the bottle. Artstyle playing that Enchantress. Not sure which jungle he'll be heading to. Of course, G is on the Brood. And then finally, funnik going to be farming up in the safe lane as the Sand King. And look at LGD. They want to get something going early.
He is going to be the third Salmon Carry Sand King. Having a stout shield really indicates that. Meanwhile, we have a couple guys going up top. It is that offensive tri-lane, or tri-lane in general, like you predicted. DDC playing the Disruptor, Sylar handling the Chaos Knight, DD on the Earthshaker. Meanwhile, we have Yao playing the one of his most famous hero on the mid lane, the Invoker, and Xiao A going to be playing that long lane as usual. And unfortunately, they have not changed the picture of DDC.
30 seconds to battle.
Anderson, part of LGD, says, we're going to change the picture after this. That was the highest expectation. You guys were up here for a great game. I just want to see some pictures.
Top lane,
guys.
2 seconds stun at level 1. Fissure, on the wrong side. Oh, if that was on the right side, that's a first blood. funnik is going to dodge the bullet.
You could Burrow Strike Cross, so probably not. But,
but they would have gotten a couple of extra. It would have been real close if he hit it on the other side.
Right.
Maybe time for another auto attack or two. Dodges a bullet. They do force out a salve in exchange for a clarity.
3 clarities?
Oh, 3 clarities.
Not sure if it's actually worth it, but you know.
It's worth it for they put the fear of God into funnik here. And maybe that's what really matters. Well, we see already the potential of this tri-lane. There was no glimpse there. There was no pit, and that's the thing for Disruptor, is he's got to get up to level 3 at least to get full access into his ability pool, and then you want to probably look to get more damage on the... I mean, there's a couple ways to go. You can max out the glimpse. Cooldown goes down a lot. You can max out kinetic field. The disable improved by quite a bit. Or you can go for the nuke and Thunderstrike. So he has his options here. But diving this top lane will be dangerous. Burrow Strike as well as Sleep can always turn things around. And you got to keep in mind, Artstyle is on the field.
Artstyle is on the field this game. He's not going to be playing the Sand King, who, in my opinion, played it beautifully. You have to also worry about the Sandstorm, because you could dump all your spells on Sand King. He turns to level 2, and he lulls as he presses stun. Do we have any Sentry Wars ready? There's one really far down. Shaker has the other one with him, so they're at the very least they are prepared. They're also somewhat, a little bit afraid of Artstyle, because you don't know exactly where he is. There's a war scoping him out right now. Sees the Centaur being grabbed, and perhaps we're going to see a gank coming his way. The Lucian's already in position. But they have, both teams have so many wards available, so it's going to be a rather tough time to get ganks off.
It's a double Centaur. Ganking that is pretty much suicide. They are wisely going to back off and stick with the tri-lane. Now, let's talk about this tri-lane a little bit more as far as how it's going to play out. So many wards being placed down. The pull is blocked off, so that's going to help LGD quite a bit. We're not going to see any early pulls, and, well, Bane and Sankey need a decent number of levels. The farm should go the way of Chaos Knight here. So where's the trade-off? Well, it comes to the form of Artstyle, and then we look towards our other two solo lanes. Yao in the mid lane, up against Mag, and oh no, as soon as I look away, first blood on the bottom lane. Xiao gets it solo against a Broodmother. That really shouldn't happen. But great play by him.
It shouldn't happen, but it did. I mean, look at Xiao's adjustment to this build. A lot of Queen of Pain goes, alright, poison, blink, poison. But no, he's going for the Scream of Pain. And considering that Scream of Pain does hit invisible heroes, he basically walked up to the web and kept screaming. And he's got the kill because Broodmother can't leave the guys of the web because he will just be blinked to death. If he doesn't leave the web, then he's right there for the Scream. So Xiao, between a rock and a hard place, catching that Broodmother.
Well, yeah, they get the first blood, and, well, Artstyle transitions into the enemy jungle. Wants to put some pressure on Yao now. And here we go. Early rotation in from Xiao, and he's looking for him. Sunstrike is going to hit. Is there the follow-up? Takes over a netting creep. Needs to use that now. He will. The heal is available. He's going to have to use it soon. And there you go.
Wild Goose Chase is taking such a long time, and I think that's to the advantage of that Broodmother.
Top lane. Uh-oh. Here we go. Funnik, Burrow Strike out the pit. Not actually going to hold him in place, but the Thunder Strike chewing him down. No mana left, and as I follow this chase, he will survive, and down goes the Enchantress. I guess Artstyle went back in. One more zap. Xiao's gonna live.
And Xiao has a bottle, should be fine. He has 2 Chango charges as well. He's gonna move back to the lane with relative ease. Broodmother had, good free farm time for a good duration, so this is more towards the Broodmother's advantage. And it looks like Broodmother could be nuking away, sending Spiralings on him. And that's again the Screen of Pain, such a good adjustment to the build of the Queen of Pain, and winning this lane now very handily. And he's doing it against G, who is perhaps I want to say their best player.
Yeah, well, certainly they're flashiest, and normally with the big kill scores and sort of the exciting plays.
Right.
He does get most of the farm, usually. This time he's in the off lane, and it's not an easy matchup. Queen of Pain with Sentry Wards can kite Broodmother quite effectively at this point. So where's the trade-off coming? Well, Artstyle gets killed. He's not being very effective so far. Windrunner is actually losing mid. Oh, no, she's ahead now. 15-6, 10-7. So having a bit of an edge there, but not a dominating one. And in comes the rotation from Sylar. At level 3 going for the gank, this was spotted out by Ward. This is very unusual.
Chaos Knight.
But they want to give DDC levels. I think that's what this is about.
I mean, DDC is getting the level, and this is kind of strange choice because a lot of times when you're playing support, you are playing a hero that's somewhat level independent, right? A Crystal Maiden, all you need is Nova and a Bite. But this one, yeah, you're absolutely right. DDC needs a level, and of course, sending a gank to the mid lane to help out Yao is not bad at all. And Yao. We've seen this matchup again in Game 1, I believe, Windrunner versus Invoker. It's fairly even. The last hitting is, for the most part, one has good animation, the other has insane base damage, so it's really hard to call. But it seems like Yao is forcing the Windrunner off the lane, doing a perfect job of doing so.
Yeah, the big advantage here for Mag is the spam. He can really keep the lane pushed back, try and control the runes. In light chase after DD, not going to find him. The one thing I was going to say, I feel like Artstyle's found a better position, though, in the enemy jungle, because that mid and bottom lane are likely to be more vulnerable. Sleep onto DD, still level 1 for him. Fissure on 2. Oh, blocks and light in. And light could be in a lot of trouble. Thunderstrike, as well as the Sunstrike. The heal, keeping him alive for the moment, but the pit should lock him in place. He will go down, and no trade forthcoming.
That's the power of a Shaker Fissure when it gives you those free kills. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain harassing Broodmother to no end. Look at him working so aggressively. If she ever sees a Broodmother pop out, another Scream coming out. And here comes Enchantress ganking, getting the gank on the mid lane. Unfortunately, doesn't really have strong creeps. There's a Tornado. Out of mana, Shackle Shot not gonna latch. Is the power shot gonna hit? Mag out of mana's walls, tanking the tower shots. Artstyle diving past, also tanking the tower, and not getting anything done. Aggressive dives. Unfortunately, not producing too much results.
these ganks are just not working out for Artstyle. I don't think he's used Smoke Up Deceit yet either, and perhaps that's the problem here. Maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen it yet, and every time the ganks seem to be spotted, he doesn't have his slow ready when he needs it. He's not really getting the best creeps for the most part either. He had double Centaur early, but when he actually goes to gank, he's not having the good creeps, and well, it means Yao continues to farm. Maybe Artstyle will go for another backstab here. Try to at least push the tower. He's not pushing. He's not killing, but in he goes for Yao, and this time maybe he'll better luck. The Chain Lightning, Shackle to a creep. Yao in some trouble here. Where's the chain? He's not microing. No Chain Lightning used. Oh, that might have been a kill if he got it off. Bottom lane, though, it's G striking back. Gets a desperately needed solo kill. Finally, Dare is on the board. Still, big gold lead, big experience lead, especially for no towers being down this early on the part of LGD.
It was a very awkward chase between, Blinker, a very fast moving hero, Queen of Pain nuking away, and she's just tanking all of damage and just waiting for that key spawn spiraling for the last hit. And so far, this game's kind of all over the place. Top lane here, they're going right on in Light, and Knight takes a huge damage. I think the Lightning perhaps will be enough, and perhaps not. It's going to pour right back. The reality brings in, and a huge crit. Man, Sylar's got 99 problems, but backhanding
a crit 8-1.
Yeah, that wasn't one of them.
That's the PG-13 version. Good job there, Ludy. Well, Broodmother, with that early kill, gonna do some jungling here with Artstyle. To me, these two have to find a way to knock down the tower soon. They need some pressure applied. They need to free up this jungle, give their team some room to maneuver, because right now it just feels like LGD, they have the really strong hero killers. Dare, they need some farm on Sand King, they need some levels on the Bane, who's only 2 at the moment. They really need to at least get a level 2-3 Brain Sap up, and G and Xiao8 maneuvering around here. Look at the Scream just chewing through their HP, and they're going to be forced back. This early levels in Xiao8 are really hurting them. The max Scream means he can take these two as long as he gets the good nukes on.
And here's the thing, Queen of Pain is taking 2 by herself.
Right. Normally, Broodmother does
interpreted very wrongly, but normally, this is not her leaving the lane yet. She could go off with Teleport Scroll and gank the hell out of all the other lanes. She's already dominating this lane. We're already in a very big difference between this game and the last game. Last game, we saw Dare really went far ahead. And even with that, we had a really good game, right? LGD and Dare, 16 minutes of great play. In this game like this, where LGD goes off to a powerful start, Dare is not in their elements. And because of that, I'm not sure whether they're going to just get rolled over.
Oh, middle lane.
LGD is powerful when they have that strong start. M is going to get a 4-second stun strike on top. Yep.
Well, that stinks if you're Windrunner. I mean, that's really all there is to say. 4-second stun and the Chaos Bolt not even maxed. That's a 1 in 4 chance, but he gets it. I don't think they needed the 4. I think even a 2 or 3 would have been sufficient there. Cold Snap is very good versus Windrun as well. Well, every gank for LGD is working out, and very few for Dare. 5-1 is your score. Here comes the big dive top. Level 3 Burrow Strike into an epicenter. It gets off. Sylar slept. They get 1. Will they get more? Glimpse back. Queen of Pain joins the fight, and Light will fall. Sunstrike not going to hit, but Chaos Knight has this. We turn our attention towards Funnik, and Funnik will get away. A big tower dive and epicenter just for a Rubik. Not the best trade.
Disruptor. Thrall is the...
Disruptor.
Rubik not in this game.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
But it's all good. Yeah. But I think that was a very key gank, even though it didn't trade favorably for the Dire team. G is left alone because Queen of Pain teleport top. One thing about Queen of Pain, especially in these Chinese teams, they love to counter gank TP. And that's great and all in most other games, but against a Broodmother, perhaps not the most optimal choice. And you can see that G taking complete advantage of that, working on that tier 1. Queen of Pain, unfortunately, doesn't have the TP. Why is she not TPing? She's going to be walking, and that tower is going to be dead.
Well,
wow.
Maybe sensing this action about to break out top, and here we go. Funnik held in place. Complete lockdown. Burrow Strike away. Sunstrike gonna miss. Oh, Artstyle actually gets the 1 kill, and Funnik's still alive. Now Sylar's in a lot of trouble. Is Artstyle doing it? Is he finding the openings? I think he is. Burrow Strike coming out. Funnik's gonna hit it. Down goes Sylar. 1 more auto attack. No, the wands keeping him alive, but the slow should be able to get this final auto attack. There you go. No, the stout shield procs. Instead, DD will take the fall, but Sylar lives, and here we go on the bottom lane. G knocks down the tower, gets the last hit, even has his eye on Xiao8, and in comes a hasted mag. Oh, Xiao8 needs to blink into the trees and TP out. Instead, he just blinks back in a proper shackle. Not gonna happen. He'll get away.
Yeah, Mag dropping down some very offensive ward, making sure that this, by the way, this lane ward on the bottom tier 2. It's so important to actually keep Broodmother alive. It might seem aggressive, but when there's a couple of TP ganks, I know watching it on the top lane right now, all the spells kind of missing. Can we get a reality? He does actually pull himself forward. 4 seconds stun against Artstyle. Can you nuke her down? You do. And Light is the second spell choice. Nice. Fissure getting 2, and a couple more right clicks will get the job done. Another, what, 5 versus 2? Man, LGD is so good at being at, all 5 at one place. Now, of course, that is very costly when it comes down to TP scroll and EXP, but they're getting the kills, so, it's nullifying that.
They're getting the kills, and look at their 3 core farmers. The Queen of Pain, the Chaos Knight, and the Invoker. All of them leading the farm chart. Only Broodmother and Windrunner are even really in this one. The others are behind by about 1,000 plus.
Right.
And they need a tower. At this point, they just need a tower. They've already gotten one. They need to knock down this tier 1 mid, just to try and get some map control, as well as some gold into their pockets. Funnik does have 1,000. Maybe this is a game where you look to rush a Blink Dagger or a Vitality Booster instead of going for the Arcane Boots. I feel like they need that initiation, or whether it comes to the form of raw HP to walk in or a Blink Dagger to try and set things up. But we'll see. He hasn't spent his gold just yet.
Uh-oh, Funnik.
Oh god.
Gets kind of pincered between 2 units, and he's going to dodge that attack, so it should be relatively fine. Meanwhile, Shaco destroys the tier 1 tower, so he's going to be going for the Arcane, as well as a Blink Dagger momentarily. Funnik's still around. He's looking for the Burrow Strike initiation. Sylar comes in right now. 3 seconds stun, and here comes a Burrow Strike. Epicenter gets channel. Nice Force Staff out. Invoker already has it finished. Now they're going to focus on Mac. Great Shackle Shot. They're going to turn on Yao. Yao very tanky so far. He's got 6 charges on his 1 as well. Chaos Knight gets a kill against the Sand King, and I think Shaker in position. If he gets a Fissure Trap, where is it? No Fissure Trap just yet. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, Broodmother and the Queen of Pain entangled in their own engagement. The chase goes the other way. Broodmother running for her life right now. And she's in huge trouble.
No Fissure. Pulled back in. Uses the wand. Trapped in place. Oh, almost has, shall we? Well, Lumi, at least they're gonna get the mid tower. Forge Spirit wisely shackled as it was going for the deny. Really nice play there from Mag. And a little
Invoker got the deny somehow.
What? Oh, the shackle hit afterwards, I guess. What the hell? That looked like a good shackle there. Oh man. Well then, you said signature hero for Yao or favorite hero. I forget what word you used, but this is a clinic that he's putting on right now in this Invoker.
Yep.
Just
one of the faster Force Staff I've seen, despite having a tough lane. I mean, he doesn't have the best CS, but Windrunner is not the easiest lane person to go against, especially all the roaming ganks and whatnot. Artstyle poking his head out multiple times, not dying. 3-0-3 early Force Staff, avoiding that Sand King's ultimate early on. I mean, he's playing perfectly so far.
He is. Okay, so if you're in Dara's shoes right now, how do you feel? I mean, you're down by about 3,000 gold. The enemy, they're getting all of their core heroes are getting farmed. Even DD, not too far off from his Arcane Boots. And here we go. Well, Blink in on Mag, runs away. I mean, is there an item, is there a objective here that Dara need to focus on? Aside, I mean, to me it seems like maybe they're best just avoiding a fight. But what do you think?
I feel like you go for the Artstyle school of items. Vanguards on everybody. Either that or get mobility, or to be honest, get both. You know the Chinese will mass Blink Dagger, or not Blink Dagger, Black King bars. Queen of Pain's gonna get one, Chaos Knight might get one after his drums, and of course Invoker might get one as well. They are gonna just BKB, walk in, and assume that they could just overwhelm you with the magical immunity and win a team fight. But if you have mass Vanguards and good mobility item, what is going to be Yasha and Brood, or things like Force Staff, you could just kind of sort of run away. I know it sounds the most awkward thing as we see initiation against Sand King. Dust is already on top, 4 seconds. Son of VP silence. Wow, he's basically these Spiderlings, they want a piece of DD, but that cow, it's fast. It's good.
He is going to drop very low, probably have to go back to base, and here comes the push top, so it's Dara who's gaining the edge in terms of the lane creep equilibrium, although they're not getting too many kills. Artstyle, big greedy backstab here. I'm not sure about this one. He wants the tower. The glyph is down. Will it be denied by Sylar? Sylar trying to get it, not going to. 3 second stun. Crit's coming out. The rotation comes from Invoker. Force Staff is available. No, he already used it. But the pull back in, the Sunstrike. Did it just miss there? Cold Snap, 4 second stun. Artstyle pays in spades for that. But here we go mid. Another dive from Dare. They really are going for these solo kills. And oh, Meg! Tower shot gonna miss. And he pays as well. I think this is what happens, Lumi. You talked about it. Dare, they're used to play with the lead. They're used to being aggressive. And when they don't have it, it seems like it's a little bit difficult to make an adjustment mentally. Keep on going for these initiations. Not really working out.
Yeah, they're playing as if they have the lead. They don't have it. Once you fall behind with their, they play ultra aggressive, trying to compensate, and sometimes they overcompensate. And they're right now giving up kills. A win run behind a tier 2 tower. I don't know what the hell she was going for. That tier 2 tower wasn't low. She wasn't trying to backstab that one. But I mean, they're kind of giving LGD the game on a silver platter. I like the dive on artstyle for that tower. You know, even if it got denied, it's still almost worth it to get the map control as well as the gold because they need tower so desperately. Even though he got killed, it's fine, no big deal. He got the tower first team, so. But right now, I think Dare needs to shape up. They can't really give away free kills. They're not in position to do so. Down by what, 8, 9 already?
Yeah, this is a really big deficit for them, and it's against a team that I think has the edge in the mid game. Like, to me, Dare's team was designed to win the laning stage and put on pressure here the first 10 minutes. Uh-oh, funnik, 4-second stun, fissure, nothing but 4-second stuns this game, and, well, Bane is finally 6. Maybe they can set something up with the feed script, but man, he is so far behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I wasn't too happy the fact that Bane was played as a pure support. He definitely can do the job. I just feel like he needs so much more EXP, so many more levels to be truly effective, and he's been really denied of that. Mag in his place only has a mech, not even close to being finished, still 500 go away. Here comes a little bit of tier 1 pressure from LGD. Nice invis ring gets picked up by Mag, so he could go for some sick shackle. Uh-oh.
But Shackle not going to do you any good when that happens. Shackle is going to latch him, Yao. At the center to follow. What a silence there. Immediately gets cancelled by the Disruptor. Oh boy.
Static Storm was what killed him.
Nothing going their way right now. Just absolutely nothing going Dare's way. But you have to give LGD credit. They are playing very well.
LGD right now, because they're ahead, they don't actually have to group as a 3 or 4 or 5. And because of that, LGD, what they had trouble with game 1 and game number 2 is, once the game got a little bit tough, they grouped up and they really suffered in gold intake and EXP intake. Because they're winning at this stage of game right now, they're spreading out and they might lose 1 or 2 heroes right now, like CAK getting up top. But as a result, they're still getting a lot of farm elsewhere. And look at that, even though he's getting ganked, he's going for artstyle. Artstyle pops his heal, and with all the stuns out, Sylar's TPs. Meanwhile, Shaker gets a kill on the bot lane. They're still chasing for Inlight. Inlight takes a slow and stun. Actually, the Phantasm Illusion just kills artstyle. Wow.
Oh, that's not... Okay. Artstyle not very pleased with that. Oh boy. I mean, it's not a good feeling when the enemy hero TP's away and his illusions are killing you. Oh, cold snap onto Mag, Force Staff, as well as the Reality Rift pulling him back in, and I mean, LGD are just too mobile right now. Dare cannot play this style, but they're trying to force the issue, and LGD are punishing them. Perfect response for them. And Dare is so far off from those items they need. The mech is finally purchased. They need more than that, though. The Blink Dagger level 11 on Sand King. It's going to be an Orchid for Brood. But an Orchid, when you're behind this much, I mean, I feel like the BKB is going to be more important to have. So many stuns, so much lockdown, and nowhere near being able to deal with it.
I mean, seeing G getting this item does not surprise me at all. I completely agree with you. I think BKB is the item to go for, but this is G. He never gets a defensive item. He always wants to go for more kills. That's his playstyle. He plays very aggressively. His items sets really shows that. And, well, I think he's going to pay here because there's a huge gank party coming his way.
Look at the wards. G has no clue what's happening, but Fissure going to miss wildly, and Chad Totem going to miss as well, and G glimpsed back in. 4-second stun, nothing but 4-second stuns this game. A Sunstrike as well, spread between the creeps, pulled back in again, Reality Rift. G actually lives through that one. Wow. I don't think LGD could have missed more spells there. Even with the 4-second stun.
They never miss more spells, but that glimpse just like, yeah, you know what, I'm actually going to play here, right here. Where's the Static Storm? They use it right now, and Thrall's going to go down. DD's going to go down as well. The turnaround Sylar being chased down by about 1 billion Spider. Rumour's gonna get the kill as well, and conveniently the tier 2's right there. They could actually all backdoor if they want to do so. Now they're gonna back off for a little bit more farm. LGD, huge mistake. Wow. And giving Dare an avenue of comeback. They're gonna go for Roche.
Dare opt for Roche over the tier 2, and I mean, this Aegis, who do you give it to right now?
Give it to G, right? Or maybe the Windrunner, because she's holding the mech. I think G is perhaps the best choice. And now we do see the entire Radiant team respawning.
Oh, they can't stop this. There's no way. Yeah, are you serious? Maybe gonna try and snipe
Yao,
it.
Man. If he drops off a couple tornado, I believe I believe in Yao. Looks like the sleep was misclick. What the hell was on that? And Light now kind of just in there by himself. And
They're gonna back off.
Like it just shows them some force spirits, and Dare is already too scared.
Well, they don't have a medallion. I mean, they have the brutal for some right click. I feel like they could have had a better shot at that than they did, but I mean, if nothing else, Yao could have looked to snipe the Aegis there with his Force Spirit. We've seen it before. I think with a Plague Ward, there was a game where IX Mike did it for Complexity. This was a while ago. But, I mean, it can happen. So anyway, Dare decided not to chance it. I think it's okay, though. I mean, they're not taking a risk. They've taken so many, and most of them have not panned out. I'm fine with that if I'm Dare. They're also getting close to a Blink Dagger on funnik right now. That could be a big change. A big tide turner here.
Well, I mean, funnik getting the Blink is going to win them a couple of fights, but more importantly for me is he's actually able to set up the fight. He's going to be the initiator. As we see a little bit of engagement here, artstyle completely trapped within the trees. Actually, the Fissure bouncing her back out, but didn't really survive long enough. And I think the tier 1 push is going to be attempted. 4 guys on the back, and funnik getting close to that Blink, like you mentioned. He's got to survive this team fight, though.
Here we go. She wants to defend. Tower goes down to Yao. Yao getting pretty rich here. 1,600 gold. Ultimate Orb up. Not far off that site. Here we go. Sunstrike. Oh, the silence onto Light. And he's held in the pit. And the Thunderstrike. Look at the damage. Cannot heal. He will actually end up surviving just barely. And we turn our attention towards G. Having a man fight. 2 heroes shackle onto Xiao 8. Will it be enough? The burst damage. G is surviving through it all. Another pit though. And he will drop. Too much damage, too much tank, and now artstyle back in the fight, back for another death. He will go down. And Dare just falling apart here. And Light survives so long, Reality ripped it back in. Pit holding them in place, and here we go. Sunstrike to follow. The chase of LGD. Mag may live. Shackle on 2, great shackle, but there's the fissure. Can he get around? No, not in time, Lumi. Not in time, and another triple for Yao. I believe that is the second of the game. 9-0 and 9. This is one of the few teams where I think Invoker is worth a ban. Yao is just such a strong Invoker player. We're seeing it.
He really is. He really is. I mean, I think you'd rather play against the Naga than the Invoker, because his Sunstrikes, it's pure damage, and because of the level lead that he has for your team, that pure damage Sunstrike is doing, what, 40% to 50% of a hero's health, especially if you're low HP like artstyle. It's completely insane. And yeah, going back to Dare's item choice, they are doing what I mentioned, artstyle school of item purchases. Get HP and keep getting HP. Hopefully you can survive long enough to somehow miraculous turn around team fight. I don't want to count Dare out just yet. I mean, they're really down on the ground. Like, really, they're down on the ground. But Dare is a team that can win those team fights, especially if LGD is making those mistakes. I just personally don't count on LGD making those mistakes. They don't win tournaments for fun, right? I'm talking about the GDM tournament that they won a while back.
Right, they won the Beyond the Summit tournament. They beat Zenith, who's a very good team in that, and it was a best out of 5. It was definitely a big series. Big win for them. Here's the other thing, is there's so much margin for error right now. Chaos Knight with a BKB, Earthshaker with a Blink Dagger, look towards the Queen of Pain. No actual magic immunity on her, but tons of HP, 1,600 in deck. Yao almost has a Scythe device. LGD, I mean, they threw a fight before, and we still see them storming back. They would really have to throw this one hard. Massive lead, and I think they actually win in late game too. BKB on Sylar, charges in, wanted someone else, but he's going to go out in light. Another 4-second stun. Has he not gotten one this game? I don't think so, at least not since level 7. And here we go, the tower will drop. Shackle is going to latch on Yao, but there's just no follow-up. Nobody can jump in. Sanctine has finally picked up a Blink. There you go, the Artstyle held in place, the nuke damage, the boulder, the epicenter on 3. Will it be enough? Force Staff away, Enchantress the first one to fall. Chaos Knight will follow. LGD force back, but an epicenter for a tower going the way of LGD in exchange for only a 1-for-2 hero kill trade. LGD come out way ahead unless more happens now, and G wants to make that more happen. funnik not in range. Now he gets in range thanks to the pit. DDC held in place. He will go down, and the blink away from Queen of Pain. They get 2 kills. They lose a tower. They use an epicenter. Who do you favor coming out of that one?
Of course you favor the Radiant. Sure, CK, you even use a BKB charge as well. I think they just really show the fact that they could dive whenever they want, however they want. You might be saying, viewers at home, but Broodmother wasn't there, and that's fine. But as soon as Broodmother actually joined the fight and is forced to take the fight, not in their own terms, like their Broodmother is basically done. He will have to continue to do that for the rest of the game. And you don't pick a Broodmother for that. You pick it for the laning pressure. And G still just bitterly holding onto that bot lane. Now with the Orchid finish, he can get some kills. But look at the HP level of the Queen of Pain, up to already 1700. Invoker's got the Force Staff and the Hex, so he's fine. BKB up on Chaos Knight, so he's not afraid either. That Orchid is actually not going to accomplish anything, aside from like silencing Thrall in the middle of the fight, or getting a kill on him. But even that,
maybe
I'm not sure what...
Maybe the Earthshaker. Maybe the Earthshaker as well. But again, good position will answer that. And here we go, Lumi. LGD smoke ganks when they're ahead, smoke ganks when they're behind. They don't care. They're just going to keep the pressure up. And with this smoke gank, if it succeeds, Roshan will be available for the taking. And I'm not sure what Derek can do to stop that. If they G in a lot of trouble. G in so much trouble. No detection.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised there's no gem up on the Radiant side yet. One of the hallmark of a Chinese team is when they're ahead, they get a gem and get even more ahead. But it looks like they're such an aggressive smoke gang. They're just looking for anybody right now. Unfortunately, Brood is right there. Brood is right there. Uh-oh.
Oh, Brood. Oh, GGG. See ya, G. Oh, man. It's too much right now. I don't know what they do. Oh, here we go. They want Xiao Wei, but the tower is gonna kill him. Light. Epicenter. Burrow Strike only for Xiao Wei, and they don't even get him. Blinks away. Funnik pulled back in. Here we go, the fissure. Enchant Totem. Down goes the Sand King. And there again, they continue to try to force things. And LGD is a team that will punish them.
I don't want to fault them for too much, because if they are up by 5 kills or something, right? If they're up by, if they're not down by 20 kills, those kills would actually go their way, and we'll be like saying great ganks, great dives. It's because they actually had a false start, and the fact that they're not willing to transition out of their usual playstyle. That's the issue. But they're actually getting the Roche. Mag picks up a DD, and it's going to work right here. Although the Sunstrike is checking things out, so.
Here we go again. Yao coming in, wants to jack this. Mag getting bashed. Where's the follow-up, though? Nobody here just yet. In comes Thrall or Disruptor looking for the opening. They drive him back, and Roshan is way too low. In fact, pulled back in by Disruptor. Here we go. Thunderstrike as well. Shackle on 2. Yao gets caught out. Yao goes down. Dare looking great right now. DDC in a lot of trouble, caught out, but here comes the Cavalry. DD, Blink, big Blink in, Queen of Pain as well, and Roshan looking to go the way now of LGD. G trapped in the pit, right click down, Thunderstrike as well. He will take a fall, and Light looking for the opening, cannot find it. Roshan dropping fast, dropping fast, dropping fast. Artstyle wants it. Artstyle's gonna pay for it, and now the age is in the hands of. Oh no, Funnik! No, Funnik's not going to get it, and now he's in a lot of trouble. I believe there is a gem here. There is on the Earthshaker. And one by one, Dare get picked off. They get wiped out systematically, but very thoroughly. And they're not done just yet. They wanted Light, Luby, and I think this is about to be a team wipe. The ult by Light, a very optimistic one, and, well, it's not enough.
Well, he does get the kill against Shaker, using the Fin Script's damage. Well, it's a kill. Unfortunately, the entire team gets a wipe a second time around.
And a gem, by the way.
Yep, and the gem. Though that gem's been passed around like hot potatoes.
Top tower is under attack.
Again, very similar to what we saw in game number 2. They're like, I don't know, there's just sometimes they just go feed one at a time. I think feed is a very strong word, but they just walk in a team fight one at a time, and LG says, okay, yeah, sure, we'll take those kills.
Right, it sort of looks like feeding to the viewer, but like you said, it's just they have a playstyle. It's aggression from start to finish. And if you're ahead, that playstyle makes you look like an absolute boss. If you're behind, well, you're probably gonna die a lot. And maybe Dare should have made more adjustments, but I'm not sure they could just sit back and farm either, because LGD have the better late game. They have that big team fight, so it's a rock and a hard place for Dare. And all game long, LGD. Last game we saw a lot of mistakes, which to me is very uncharacteristic of LGD. This game we're barely seeing any. One here or there, we've seen Dare get some kills. But for the most part, LGD, they're grouped up when they want to fight in a large engagement. When they're not, they're getting the picks. Good positioning, good ward placement, correct item selections. There's not a whole lot to fault here. It's just very solid, stable play all around.
Gank going against the Windrunner, or going against the Queen of Pain. On the bot lane, Blink Burrow Strike. And Force Staff, that's going to shag a perfect chain stun. That's going to be 1 kill. Perhaps they're even gonna go for a tier 2. Meanwhile, responding correctly is LGD on the top lane. Bring down that tier 2. Are they gonna go for the defense, or are they gonna just go for a straight racks at this point?
I think they're gonna have to back here. The tower is still up. Glyph is available.
No, LGD, are they gonna back? No, actually they are. Looks like, yeah.
I thought they could have just gone for high ground there, but against Sand King that can be dangerous. So instead, they're not gonna give up the tier 2 here at all. Here comes the massive wave. This will be beautiful for Earthshaker, but he's all the way up top. In fact, he's got to buy a TP to get down here. Blink on cooldown for 10 seconds. Oh, this has the makings of maybe a bad fight, but Sylar pulls it artstyle into the trees. Whoa! Epicenter hitting beautifully, but DD too tanky. Yao as well. Tower deniable. Does not get denied. Bang gets the last hit, and now DD looking for funnik. DDC in the middle of the fight, not being focused. There's your tackle shot. Mag getting burst down. Sylar, an absolute army here. Already level 17, and one by one, he just chews them apart. Ultra kill indeed.
It turns out if you don't kill those illusions, they will kill you.
Oh boy. It's too much for Dare right now. The gold, the experience, the items. Even the heroes, they don't have the line. They're not built for this kind of a situation. They're really not. That was a good epicenter by funnik, and it just didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it hit on top of 3 or 4, but I mean, the 100 damage of that per pulse is like whatever. LG shrugs it off. I don't think they even have a pipe. It's just a level difference, the item difference. Right now, LGD calmly walks down the mid lane. Are they gonna go for Roshan? No, not back up yet. They're gonna just go high ground, just casually.
Yeah, Aegis is still in Sylar, who, speaking of which, 4k gold to his name. So many options for this man. Heart of Taras would probably be the most likely. That's what we normally see. Assault Kuros very viable as well. Sometimes we even see damage items, whether it be a Desolator or an MKB. They would all be decent, especially with an Exhort Invoker with those Forge Spirits. I wouldn't mind that one bit. BKB already gives you so much survivability. But whatever he wants, he's got his choice. And he's also got 2 lives to work with. And that'll be for the next 6 minutes. Plenty of time here for LGD. Looks like they want to slow roll this, and that is the safe, stable way to win this one. And I think Zhao It had enough of that Orchid Malevolence as he's picked up a Lincoln Sphere.
Man.
Like,
when,
for him...
When the Queen of Pain picks up a late Lincoln like this, generally I was like, oh man, that's a bad item. But in this case, man, it works out perfectly. I'm surprised it wasn't a BKB, but overall it's all good. If you do see a glimpse backwards and like to get glimpse and then glimpse back further by the reality rift, and Team 5 breaks out Mag, getting a little bit focused. Healing comes back the other way. 39-19 right now as we see Sylar and his team tripling the score of their really putting on a clinic.
Well, here we go for the high ground, and if Dare have anything left in them, now is the time to go for that big defense. Sand King, funnik maneuvering around. He is the one to keep your eyes on, but Sylar as well. Quite a scary force here. Would love to see that Alacrity used in funnik. Just fishing around here. Just wants to find the opening, but here we go. He's got to go now. Sylar, 3 seconds done. G in a lot of trouble. No BKB for him. There's your epicenter. Beautiful epicenter from funnik, but the mech healing him back up. Shackle shot as well. Echo slam, just a little more damage. Chewing through Dare, the glimpse back in. No, that was a reality rift. Pulling them in one by one. Picking them off. There's your Alacrity as well. Double Forge Spirits, and Dare are 100% out of gas at this point. No buybacks, no real item solutions here. LGD are going to turn 2 racks for sure. After they get G just melts down. GG indeed.
Man, earlier you asked me who's going to win the tournament. LGD could make a good run for it if they limit their mistake, because they're playing really beautifully right now. Although it's easy to say that if you're up by like 30 kills.
Dare's got some heart, I gotta say. I mean, dropping game 1, that game 2 at times looked kind of bleak for them. And even in this game 3, when they seemed all but out of it, put together some good fights. Unfortunately for Dare, in spite of having 2, especially this series, being so close to dealing with LGD, or at least taking a very solid game 2 off of them. Lumi, they're 0-2 in the group right now. They gotta win that 3rd game to have any chance of advancing.
And they gotta play another Chinese team. Tong Fu is waiting for them. If you go down 0-3, or if you finish as the last team, you are out of the tournament.
And let me tell you, Tong Fu is no slouch. I actually consider them pretty similar to LGD. They're not quite as reliant on the ganks and the smokes, but they're similar in the sense that they'll normally pick multiple heroes that benefit from farm. Very calculated aggression. That's what we saw of LGD for most of this series and the previous one as well against Tong Fu, where they just destroyed them, exterminated them really. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it, not only for this best out of 3, but also for your Beyond the Summit action for today. LGD take the series 2-1, a hard-fought series, and that game too, man, that's one for the history books in Dota 2. So many great matches as of late, but that one in particular really stuck out for me. Derek, great play, just wasn't enough. I am LD, joining me was Luminous. Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you have missed any of the games, youtube.com/LDdota or youtube.com/luminousinverse. Those are the two places you'll want to go to catch up on the games. Also, consider the in-game ticket as well. Only $3.99. Get all the replays from the previous matches and the ones yet to come. Thank you all again for tuning in. But for now, this is Luminous.